Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the Shadow Pinsir in the Kanto Cup. This should be my last video for the Kanto Cup, as we're going to have tomorrow the draft league. I think today is for me Friday, for you it should be Sunday, and we have the day afterwards the Flying Cup already, where I'm definitely going to make a small video about the meta and what you kind of want to run and whatnot. We also have the Great League again, which I think is a little bit more exciting afterwards again, which is also pretty cool, even though we didn't really have a lot of new releases there. And yeah, we're gonna take a look here right now at the Shadow Pinsir, and I was kind of scared using this thing, as this thing is very squishy. Nobody ever used it. I don't think I've ever faced it really in Global League at all whatsoever, but I really wanted to try it out, to be honest. I also want to try it out in Ultra League, definitely still. The thing with this Pokemon is you have Fury Cutter, which is not the strongest quick move, but it generates energy very fast, and it's a one-turn quick move, and I like one-turn quick moves, to be honest, as you're going to be able to maneuver around pretty easily, and you're not going to be able, like, the opponent cannot lock you into your quick move and then throw the charge move, which is kind of cool. And yeah, you're going to see a lot of times where my Shadow Pinsir gonna come and clutch here. Like, it's gonna be a very cool gameplay in general. Like, here it's gonna be a lot of fun to show this, because this thing has the move X-Scissor and the move Superpower. It also would learn Close Combat. I know what the last move is. It has still Wise Grip, I think. I don't know if it still had a fifth move, most likely, because all the first generation Pokemon have a lot of moves. But yeah, you have Superpower plus the option to go for the bait move there, which is kind of cool. And we see, yeah, we're just gonna forfeit there. This was not a winnable game. But here we have a very bad lead against us with the Pidgeot. We see the Sandslash coming in. This is gonna be a very annoying matchup here with the Dewgong and Sandslash, as, yeah, I don't know, like, Dewgong and Sandslash not really the most fun. As you're gonna see, that, like, he does no damage really, I do no damage. That's the sad thing about Dewgong. Dewgong would be so much better, like, it wouldn't be broken even. Like, give it Surf and it wouldn't be broken still. Or give it, like, I don't know, Scald or whatever, like some better water type charge move, and he would be so much better off. But yeah, like this, it's a little bit tricky. We see the Pidgeot from my opponent going for a lot of moves. I can go for my charge move there as well. They go for a charge move, of course, for the dance to debuff my attack. We see the Beetle coming in. We're just gonna go straight for the Earth Power, trying to get him low, and we get him low definitely here. And what I'm gonna do now is I have to catch the move from my opponent. I have to catch the Dragon. I know when the Dragon gonna be up, and the Dragon was up perfectly here. It's resisted by the bug typing. We can farm them down, and we can get still 2-1 Superpower while we have Moose Dot, but the Superpower already gonna boom this bird, as my opponent gonna no shield, expecting me to only have the X-Scissor. We see the Hypno in the lead, which is okay-ish. Of course, you see I'm very squishy, so Confusion over time gonna KO me. But we get to the X-Scissor pretty fast. Gonna get the first shield from my opponent. We're gonna shield the next move up. It's gonna be the Ice Punch, as my opponent goes into the Sandslash. Does he expect me to go straight for the Superpower? He didn't. Bye bye Sandslash, and we can now align our Dewgong against this Hypno. As, yeah, we just gonna let our first Pokemon go down, and we can go for one Icy Wind here, which is very nice, as this is gonna put him very low. Actually KOs him, and we see the Machamp in the back, and there's nothing my opponent can do anymore, as the Nidoqueen is the best answer for Machamp, basically. Nidoqueen lead very bad for us. We're just gonna go into our own Nidoqueen and mirror him here, as we're gonna shield up the first move, which is gonna be a bait. Good job by my opponent. We see the Hypno coming in, which is very bad for me, like such a really horrible start for me in this game. We can at least still get to one Poison Fang, which is nice, and we're gonna be able to win this switch advantage back here, which is very good, as we can now align our Dewgong into this Nidoqueen. They're gonna go for the Poison Fang, gonna debuff our defensive, but we're gonna be able to shield this. Do we shield this? No, we don't shield this. We're just gonna go for the Icy Wind, trying to get one shield from my opponent, which you are able to do. And now my opponent throws another move. I'm just gonna swap now. Yeah, I swap out now, trying to farm this thing down. We're just gonna let it go, as my opponent is debuffed. Doesn't do too much. We can farm all the way down. We still have a lot of moves left, and we see the Alolan Raticate in the back. Are 2 Superpowers enough to KO him? They shield the first one. Now our attack is debuffed. Can we KO him with the second one here? And we can. Double super effective. Pinsir has such a crazy high attack. It's just insane how many Pokemon you one-shot. I really want to try this thing out in the Ultra League without XLs. I think that might be such a fun Pokemon to use there as well, as you also have like Superpower for the wall Rain, you still hit the Trevenant for neutral damage. Like, you have a lot of potential there, and there's like stuff like, I don't know, Snorlax, which you can also hit with a superpower. I think it has some potential. Like people just sleep on this thing, which is kind of crazy. We see a Magneton, which I really hate to see with my team here. I had to cut out some wins as well and some losses with this team, of course. So I played an entire day with this team and had a lot of fun playing with it. I think I only went one time negative. I think I went one time 2-3, and the rest was, I think, 2 times 4-1 and 2 times 3-2, which is cool. And which I definitely take with this team, which was more for fun, as we're gonna be able to get the Exeter off here against this Marowak, putting him into the range for 1 Earth Power, but this still seems tough as we have to overfarm a lot here. This was the most amount that I could overfarm, as we still tried to go for the Earth Power, but of course my opponent had too much energy. Well played there, nothing can do really, but we also lost like lead hot, so what do I really expect? We see the Poliwrath in the lead, they go into their Lapras, we're just gonna go straight for the move, and we're gonna see my opponent gonna shield this up. We go into a Dugong, which is not the best matchup, especially as they're gonna go now for the Skullbash. This is like the problem for the team, like Lapras in general. Like, you can really only beat it with the Pinsir, and with Pinsir it's still kind of awkward. I wanted to catch the move from the Lapras on my Dugong, but didn't work out well, so yeah. We now got him at least very low in terms of the damage output it's gonna bring us here, and the Skullbash actually KOs me, which I didn't expect, but we can shield this move up now, and we still should be able to get to 2 moves here with my with my Pinsir, but we see a Marowak coming in against us. This is not looking too good, to be honest. I don't know how we are supposed to win this. I don't think we're gonna be able to win this. My opponent doesn't even shield there. Amazing plays here. We can go for another one, and yeah, at this point this game is definitely over. There's nothing I can do anymore, which is kind of sad, as we're still gonna KO this thing, but he still has 2 Pokemon in the back, and I can swap out here. But yeah, it's a Poliwrath. We're gonna see how much damage this move gonna do, but it's not gonna be too much, to be honest. So yeah, it actually did like more than half still, which is kind of crazy. We're just gonna surrender there. Not everyone can, like, not every game can be winnable. We see the Primeape against us in the lead, which seems to be a good matchup, as I think the bug typing resists fighting types. But of course we have to shield once. We go for the bait first, as we can go for the Exeter, and now we're gonna get the shield and go for the superpower immediately. Does he shield this move up? They do not, and we're gonna be able to win back switch advantage. We can align our Dugong against this Pidgeot. We're just gonna let it go. We know that we even survive 1 Brave Bird from my opponent here. They go for the Brave Bird, go into their Alolan Mug, and I was like, not the best scenario for me right now. I'm just gonna shield this up and try to farm up a little bit extra, I guess. Go for the Acid Spray. We're just gonna keep our Icy Wind for the end game against the Pidgeot. We see my opponent gonna go for the Dark Pulse now, getting me very low. We can go for 1 Poison Fang, which should put him low enough. I think you're gonna no-shield this, yep. And we have a lot of stored energy. We can go for 1 Poison Fang. I hope they cannot farm me down in time, and they can't, which means we're gonna be able to win this game with our sweep from the Nidoqueen. Good game there to my opponent. Next up, we're gonna have Hypno against us in the lead. Of course, it's like a kind of okay matchup, but of course, we also lose in the 2 shield. My opponent switches in an Alolan Sandstrew, and boom, this thing is gone, and we can go now into our Dugong against this Hypno, which is a very neutral matchup, especially if you can shield the first move, which is a Thunder Punch, and debuff the opponent afterwards, which you're gonna be able to do here, and we're gonna get them very low already, which is nice. They will not be able to KO me with any move here anyway. They go for the Thunder Punch, as we're gonna go for some Icy Winds, you know, which would KO my opponent. We stored up a little bit more of my energy here. We can snipe him with a Pinsir. We see that Dugong in the back. You know what we have to do here. We're gonna go for the double superpower while still keeping our energy, like our health there, and we still have a shield lift. So we're gonna be able to now go into our own Dugong, debuff his attack, forcing him to throw his charge move still, which is amazing, as yeah, this game is now over, as we still have a shield left. We're just gonna let this go. He's gonna KO us with the Icy Wind, and we have our Nidoqueen, which does a tremendous amount of damage just with the Shadow Quick moves here, with a Poison Jab. Good games, trainer. We see the next opponent here with a Dewgong against us again. And I just love my Pinsir, to be honest. It's just so much fun to play with this. We're just gonna bait here first turn, expecting my opponent to shield the potential fighting type move, and they do that. But we can go for another move in time. Do they shield this as well? They do not, and we catch the move perfectly on our own Dewgong. What a play. My opponent comes in though with a Ninetales, which is kind of a problem here, as a Ninetales gonna be able to hard wall me. Of course, the water type move gonna be better than the Icy Wind, but I just want to debuff my opponent's attack, to be honest. That's all that I kind of care about right now. I should have maybe just go for the water pulse, but I'm not sure. But now I can farm down with my Nidoqueen, which looks pretty well. I have to shield anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I think that was a fine play. We see the Pidgeot coming in here. My opponent gets the extra quick move through, which is kind of crucial. I should have played this better. I tried to catch there, didn't work out, and like this, the game's over. I could have definitely won this game if I played it better, if I was luckier, if I caught the move perfectly, which didn't happen, which is sometimes just on chance. So good game to my opponent here. There's nothing I can do really anymore, as they're gonna be able to farm me down there. I might be able to still KO 2 Pokemon here. Yeah, I can KO the Dewgong, but they still have too much health on their last Pokemon, so there's gonna be a good game there. Ninetales gonna farm me down. If I actually got the extra damage on the Ninetales from my water type moves, I would have maybe even won this game, which is kind of sad. But we can go here now for some Exodus against this Dewgong, getting the shield already, getting the some quick boost through, and we're gonna be able to do some massive damage now with the superpower. They're definitely not gonna shield this move, as this was insane damage. We can let this go, and we can farm them down now with my own Dewgong. I don't have to fear anything. I can just get all the energy in the world. 6 turns should be enough. 6 moves should be enough to KO him. And we see the Ninetales coming in. We still have good answers against this, and we see the Pidgeot in the back here. We can go for the Poison Fang, which gonna get the debuff down, and we can get to another one in time, which is amazing, as it forces them to shield. And I shouldn't shield here. Yeah, I don't shield here. They go for the Feather Dance, and I'm gonna be able to just still farm him down with my Dewgong, having nearly 2 moves stored anyway. We can go for 1 Water Pulse. It will not be able to KO him, but 1 Icy Wind gonna be able to do the job here, and we're gonna be able to win this game pretty easily. Good game there. Also, always, Pinsir comes in clutch. I don't know why, but this thing is really amazing. We have a Machamp against us. We can go straight for the superpower. What is he gonna do? They just gonna let it go. Bye bye Machamp. And we see the Hypno coming in there. We save our little bug type there anyway, as we can go into our Dewgong here, and they don't even run the Thunder Punch. They run Fire Punch and the Shadow Ball, most likely, as my opponent swaps into the Lickitung here, which is fine for us, as they even go for the Body Slam, which is not the ideal move you would want to go for against the Dewgong if you have the Power Whip anyway, as we're going to be able to catch the move perfectly onto our Nidoqueen. We can go for a Poison Fang. We should be able to get the first shield here from my opponent, and we do, so we can farm extra. They go into their Hypno, but we can still get to a Poison Fang, and this Poison Fang gonna hurt, and they just gonna let it go and let the Hypno go as well, which means Lickitung is still at the end there. We can go for 1 Icy Wind. They still have to throw against me. There's not a lot that they can do otherwise, but I'm just gonna swap out, and I got the last shield. I can go for 1 move here now with my Pinsir, and I win this game pretty easily. I think I even would have survived 1 Body Slam from my opponent still, so good game there to my opponent. Next up, we gonna have Pinsir against Lapras. Again, a very cool matchup, as we have the superpower still. Of course, we still gonna bait the first move. Always works with this thing. This is the thing. Actually, while people say Shadow Pokemon are really good, and in general, a lot of people say, yeah, Shadows are overpowered or whatever. The thing that really makes them overpowered is not the stats. The thing is the more psychological thing there. If you have also here, look at the lag, and look how much fast moves went through though. What the hell? What was that? Yeah, the thing is the psychological aspect of this is some very interesting topic there as well, is was it just a focus blast? Holy hell. As you are more likely to shield a move most likely from a Shadow Pokemon than you are from a normal Pokemon, as you feel the damage from it a little bit more, and as you're also maybe not as familiar with the damage it can put out in the 2 shield scenarios or whatever against Shadow Pokemon than compared to normal Pokemon. So I think Shadow Pokemon also have a very big psychological effect on the opponent's behavior, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I forgot to tap actually, like that was not lag, I just forgot to tap. I thought he would be dead already. Oops. As we go into our last game against a normal mug, which is a big problem for my team. The lowland version would have been fine, but this one gonna be able to resist all my moves from my first Pokemon and gonna be a little bit tough to deal with for my Dugong as well, as my opponent has a Powder Snow, a lowland Sand Slash here still, which is good for us as it does less damage than the Shadow Claw version. We can go for the Water Pulses here, as we gonna see my opponent going for another Bulldoze, which we survive. We can go for the Water Pulse. I think we're gonna swap out now, because they're gonna, yeah, we're just gonna swap out. And they go into the Lapras, and I was like, why did I swap out again? Where did this make sense? We can go for, get one shield here at least from this Lapras, which is nice. They go for the Surf, but they swap into their Mug, and I was like, okay, why? Where's the reason? But it's still like, it's such an uphill battle. They still have a shield left, I don't have a shield back left. They can KO my Nidoqueen here now. I have to go into my Pinsir, and I have to catch the move, as I don't have any shields left, and we're gonna be able to catch the move. We're gonna be able to farm this thing all the way down, and we're gonna have 2 superpowers stored. Does he let this go? Or does the second one still KOs? Let's see if the second one still KOs, and it does. Thanks all for watching. This was like such an amazing ending to this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. And Pinsir is actually amazing. I really enjoyed using this thing. Maybe try it out as well if you want some spice.